This partnership is exclusive. Taking shopperstop.com on to Snapdeal site is very clearly a strategic partnership.
All right.
And exclusive.
All right. And when will we see this becoming a reality? And will it be integrated into all platforms, say the app, the online, all kinds of, and more importantly, will the pricing be different now that you are selling online through a marketplace?
No. So the pricing will be the same. It will be our shopperstop.com site reflected on Snapdeal, which is a marketplace. You should expect the big bang launch around Diwali.
But you are still backing the brick and mortar retailers' claims that the playing field is not level when compared to online, because for foreign direct investment comes far too easier to online, not so much to offline.
So it is, again, it's not a fight of investment of FDI in online versus offline. What we are only saying is the multi-brand retail FDI, which is restrictive in terms. Why are we not able to open it up and deal the same way, the way it is being dealt with the online players? That's it.
What kind of an improvement you've seen over the last quarter, and how do you see it panning out going forward, considering we're at the threshold of another festive season? The most important quarter for retailers is the upcoming quarter for the year, isn't it?
Sure. So as retailers, we always want blockbuster performance, just like the Bajrangi Bhaijaan is. And I think quarter one was something like that. We saw 12.7% like-to-like growth. I think the next stellar performance we should look out for will be Q3, because this time Puja is moving to Q3. We are also seeing a shorter sale period during Q2, and the combination of big Puja, the festival period of Diwali, and then Christmas coming in Q3, I think it should be another Bajrangi Bhaijaan.
What kind of numbers? Give us an idea, ballpark figures, percentage figures that you're looking at in terms of growth the upcoming festive season.
So overall, we have targeted 8% like-to-like growth for the year. Quarter one, we have already beaten that. We are still holding on to 8% plus like-to-like growth.
That's a very conservative estimate, considering you've posted double-digit like-to-like growth in the previous quarter.
So we are a conservative company trying to become a little more modern.
The monsoons have been good over the last 2 months. Has that sort of changed things on the ground? How are the footfalls these days? Because the last 2 quarters again been very difficult. I mean,
Sure. So quarter one footfalls were still running negative at about -4%, but in spite of that, we were able to deliver a double-digit like-to-like growth. I think a normal monsoon is what we seem to be having right now, and a lower oil prices would definitely help inflation to be under control for sure. So we do believe that the festive season should be good.
All right. Another thing is that this GST, this monsoon session of the parliament, the disruption politics as it's being described, is holding back this important legislation. Do you believe that it's the way the GST bill is? There's a lot of criticisms about the way the bill is. It's half-baked and etc. etc. The way the bill exists, what is your take on it? Do you think it's about time that at least pass this bill now, or would you say this needs to have more consideration?
I think Indian politicians need to grow up and really understand that there is a bigger impact in store for the country if GST gets passed. Yes, you can tinker on it, you can correct certain things within it, but I think it's time that we got GST cleared, and that can really pave the way for India's economic growth in a much bigger way, because its impact on GDP growth will be pretty large.
Your margins did take about 120 basis point hit over the last quarter. Is the high overhead cost still continuing to be the bane for retailers, or are other factors at play?
No, so last quarter we had clearly said that we had done a lot of activation of a loyalty program to really get the customers back, and that's what the impact on margins was all about. Yes, there is definitely higher level of costs on rent, etc. But that actually didn't impact the profitability, because EBITDA still improved by 12% and PBT before exceptional still improved by 200%. So I think it's okay. It's not a problem.
When you say EBITDA, I have to ask about Hypercity before letting go of you. The Hypercity's performance has been consistently improving. It has become EBITDA positive.
At a company level as well.
At a company level, EBITDA positive.
Yeah.
Talk to us about Hypercity. From here on, where does it go? When do we see it turning completely profitable?
So, Hypercity, three-pronged attack that we have been working on: right-sizing the store, right-sizing the merchandise mix, and controlling costs. Been working now for almost 7 quarters on, and this quarter again we have been able to deliver a company EBITDA positive of 12 lakhs versus minus 2.1 crore in the previous year. I think still some scope ahead of us, and we believe EBIT positive is about 4 to 6 quarters away from today.
All right, and last question before I let you go. Are you looking at any kind of capital expansion? And more importantly, what is the kind of store count you're targeting by the end of this fiscal?
So we are targeting to open 6 to 8 stores. We already opened 3 stores already in quarter 1 and quarter 2. Still adding another 5 stores during the balance year. No, we are not looking at any capital raise, because we believe, in fact, from this year onwards, our total expansion money that we are putting in investment of store as well as into omni-channel, will be far lesser than the cash that we're generating. So we believe we'll start generating free cash flows from this financial year.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/etnow and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at etnowlive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/user/etnow.